The BYD Shark 6 is sitting at around $57,900 drive away in Australia right now, sometimes dipping into promo territory depending on the dealer and timing. But for a full-size ute with this much tech and hybrid punch, that number still catches people off guard in the best way. Picture this. You walk up to it in a parking lot, and it doesn't just blend in. The Shark 6 has this purposeful, almost aggressive stance, wide shoulders, a high beltline, those blacked-out wheel arches that make the white paint pop even more, and a front end that's all sharp angles and slim LED signatures. It's got presence without being over-the-top flashy. Think modern muscle that could park at a construction site or a beach lookout and look right at home either place. The roof rails, the side steps, even the way the bed integrates smoothly, it's clear BYD thought about how this thing actually gets used, not just how it looks in photos. Open the door, slide in, and the first thing that hits you is how much it doesn't feel like a budget truck inside. You've got these nicely stitched leatherette seats that are heated and cooled, seriously useful in hot summers or chilly mornings, plenty of adjustment, and a driving position that's high but not awkward. The dashboard sweeps across nicely with soft materials up top, and that huge 15-inch rotating screen in the middle. It's responsive, intuitive once you get the hang of it, and it handles everything from nav to climate without making you hunt through menus. Behind the wheel, the digital gauges are sharp and customizable. There's a solid head-up display projecting speed and alerts right in your line of sight, and the rear seats actually offer adult-friendly space with USB ports and vents back there. It's quiet when you're rolling on electric power, almost EV silent, and even with the engine kicking in, road and wind noise stay impressively low. Now, get it moving, and that's when the real grin starts. This DMO plug-in hybrid system pairs a 1.5-liter turbo petrol with twin electric motors for a combined 321 kilowatts and a hefty 650 Newton-meters of torque. 0 to 100 clicks by in about 5.7 seconds, quicker than a lot of performance utes out there, and the way it delivers that pull is smooth, instant, no waiting for turbos to spool. In EV mode alone, real-world tests put you at 80 to 100 kilometers of pure electric driving depending on conditions, which covers most daily runs without touching a drop of fuel. Flip to hybrid, and you're looking at a total range pushing 800 kilometers easy. Fuel use. When the battery's healthy, you're seeing figures hover around 2 liters per 100 in mixed driving, sometimes even lower if you're gentle. Run it depleted on petrol, and it still sips less than a comparable diesel. Towing. Up to 2.5 tons braked, and it handles that load composed, no wallowing, thanks to the independent rear suspension that keeps things planted better than many ladder frame rivals on bumpy roads. Off-road, the AWD system and decent clearance get you through moderate trails confidently, though it's more adventure-capable than hardcore rock crawler. Electric torque is brilliant for low-speed crawl, but steep, technical stuff can remind you there's no traditional low-range transfer case. Still, for weekend escapes or farm tracks, it more than holds its own. Tech and safety feel thoughtful rather than gimmicky. You've got adaptive cruise that works smoothly in traffic, lane centering that's not too twitchy, solid blind spot warnings, and even vehicle-to-load outlets in the bed so you can power tools, a fridge, or charge another EV on the go. The driver monitoring can ping you if it thinks you're distracted, which is helpful but occasionally overzealous on a monotonous highway stretch, just a quick glance away. Fixes it. Day to day, it's surprisingly livable. The turning circle isn't bad for its size, cameras and sensors make parking less stressful, the bed's practical with tie-downs and a lockable to-know-if option, and payload sits in the typical ute territory. Minor niggles. Some might say the ride on really broken pavement can feel a touch firm, and the infotainment learning curve exists if you're coming from simpler trucks, but nothing that ruins the experience. At the end of the day, the BYD Shark 6 is for the person who's done with thirsty, old-school utes that cost a fortune to run and feel dated inside. It's for the tradie who wants to cut fuel bills without losing capability, the family guy hauling gear on weekends, or anyone who likes the idea of a truck that's quick, quiet when it needs to be, packed with modern features, and priced in a way that makes you double-check the sticker. In a segment that's been stuck in neutral for too long, this thing accelerates the whole conversation forward. Hybrid smarts, serious performance, and everyday usability wrapped in one confident package. If you're open to something new that actually over-delivers, the Shark 6 doesn't just swim with the pack, it leads it. Give one a drive, you might not go back.